Hello students, how are you doing? I hope you are all fine. Welcome to this new English lesson. I hope you will like it and will get benefit too. In our lesson today, we are going to practice some reading skills. And the text we are going to read today is an email from China. أعزائي، في درس اليوم سنتدرب على بعض مهارات القراءة وسيكون نصنا بهذا العنوان An email from China. Let's start. Do you like working out puzzles? This is our first activity. We are going to do a crossword puzzle. Let's begin. Number 1. It is an adjective. It is the opposite of worst. Again, it is an adjective. It is the opposite of worst. What is it? Good. Best. Now, let's move to the second one. This is a huge information bank. When you surf it, you can find information about everything you need. Again, it is a huge information bank. You surf it and you find information about almost everything. What is it? Good. Of course, it is the internet. Now, number 3. This noun has the same meaning of catastrophe. Again, this noun means catastrophe. What is it? Good. It is disaster. Next one. Number 4. This word has more than one meaning. Sometimes it means fair or honest, and sometimes it means only. What is it? Good. It is just. Now, number 5. This is the noun from the verb fly. Again, the noun from the verb fly. What is it? Good. Flight. Now, let's move to number 6. This is a verb. It is the opposite of pay attention to or take notice of. What is it? Good. The verb is ignore. And now, the last one. This is a word we usually use when we end emails. What is it? Good. The word is regards. Now, what do we have here? We have Beijing. Have you ever heard of it? What is Beijing? Good. Beijing is a city. It is a capital city. But where is Beijing? Let's see this video and find out. I think you know the answer. Beijing is in China. It is the capital city of China. Look, China is an Asian country in the east of Asia. It is the country with the most population. Now, let's learn some new vocabulary. Look, life is hard in very cold areas, but some people got used to it. Again, life is hard in very cold areas, but some people got used to life there. Get used to means يتعود على. Again, get used to. Get used to. Look, Australians usually celebrate the New Year by lighting fireworks. Fireworks means ألعاب نارية. Again, fireworks. fireworks. Now, look, Deir al-Balah is halfway between Gaza and Rafah. It is halfway between Gaza and Rafah. Halfway means منتصف الطريق. Again, halfway. Halfway. Look, the moon lights up the sky. The moon lights up the sky. Light up is a verb. It means ينير أو يضيء. Again, light up. Light up. Now, when you leave your homeland for a long time, sometimes you feel homesick. You miss your family, your home, your friends. Homesick means الحنين إلى الوطن. Again, homesick. Homesick. Look, she doesn't mind studying for long hours because she wants to get high scores. Don't mind means لا يمانع. Again, don't mind. Don't mind. We waited for the train for 2 hours. At last it came. At last means وأخيرا. Again, at last. At last. Now it's time to practice. We are going to use the vocabulary we have learned in sentences. Let's read them first. Halfway, homesick, light up, don't mind, get used to, fireworks. Let's start with number 1. I really want to get a good score in my test, so I, fireworks, don't mind, light up, studying for long hours. What is the right answer? Great. I really want to get a good score in my test, so I don't mind studying for long hours. Now let's move to number 2. Gaza is about fireworks, halfway, don't mind, between Cairo and Damascus. What is the correct answer? Great. Gaza is about halfway between Cairo and Damascus. Next one. Could you, at last, light up, get used to the room, please. It is too dark. What is the correct word? Great. Could you light up the room, please? It is too dark. And now, number 4. Playing with, homesick, light up, fireworks, sometimes causes serious injuries. What is the correct word? Great. Playing with fireworks sometimes causes serious injuries. Next one. I didn't like my new class at first, then I... What is the right word? Great. I didn't like my new class at first, then I got used to it. Now, the last one. We were very worried about my brother, but at last, email, light up, he arrived home safely. What is the correct word to complete this sentence? Great. We were very worried about my brother, but at last he arrived home safely. We will stop for a short break, then we'll soon be back. Stay with us, don't go away. Dear students, welcome back. Now, have you ever sent an email? Have you got an email account at Yahoo or Hotmail or Gmail? Now, lots of people stopped using letters. They use emails instead. They are faster and easier. Let's have a look at this email. We have two. Here, we write the address of the person who we want to send the email to. We have CC. You write the address of the person or the persons who you want them to see your letter. And we have here the topic, log, or the subject, the topic of your email. Then, this is the email. Let's read it together. Dear Amy, I'd like to send you my best wishes on your birthday. So happy birthday and a wonderful life full of fun and success. Regards. Now, there are different ways to start an email depending on the degree of formality, the relationship between the person who sends the email and the receiver. عزيزي الطالب، هناك العديد من الوسائل لنبدأ الرسالة. تعتمد على طبيعة العلاقة بين المرسل والمرسل إليه. Now, you can start your email, Dear Amy Hall. This is very formal. And you can say or write, Dear Amy. It is less formal. We have, Hello Amy. And you can say or write, Hi Amy or Hey. Hey is very informal. Now, and we have different ways to end our emails too. Look, you can end your email with yours, love, cheers, regards, best wishes. Okay, students, let's describe some pictures. Let's have a look at number 1. In this picture, we can see some fireworks. It seems that people are celebrating an event. And the next one, this is the Great Wall of China. It is one of the world's wonders. سور الصين العظيم إحدى عجائب الدنيا. And the third picture, this is a busy street. And look at the street signs. It seems this city is in Asia. China, Japan, Korea maybe. And the last one, this is China. Some people are flying to China. Now, our email has this title, An Email from China. Let's begin. First, we are going to read the first paragraph of the email and see what is the first paragraph of the email for. What is the first paragraph for? Dear Yasmin, I meant to contact you ages ago, but I've been so busy and I haven't been in touch with anybody. Sorry for that, but here's an email at last. Now, can you answer this question? Why did Lucy write this paragraph? What is the first paragraph of the email for? And here's the answer. It is for starting the email. She apologizes for not writing earlier. اعتذرت لأنها لم تكتب مبكرا أكثر. Now, we are going to read the next paragraph and match it with the pictures, with the right picture. Look at the question. What picture does the second paragraph talk about? Remember, we have 4 pictures. We are going to choose the best pictures that describe the next paragraph. Let's read it together. Okay. Well, you are not the only one who has flown halfway around the world. We arrived here in China 6 months ago, and we didn't know anybody at first, but we are slowly getting used to our new life here. Now, which picture best describes the paragraph? Yes, Of course, this picture because Lucy tells Yasmin that they moved to China. Now, let's answer this WH question. First, let's read it. When did Lucy arrive in China? This is a WH question. It begins with when. Let's look for the answer together. She says, we arrived here in China 6 months ago. Now, I think you know the answer. When did Lucy arrive in China? Good. The answer is, she arrived in China 6 months ago. Remember, our answer should be in the past, arrived. Let's move to next one. Did she know anybody at first? Now, let's look for the answer together. Lucy says, we didn't know anybody at first. They didn't know anybody at first. Now, what is the answer? Did she know anybody at first? This is a yes or no question. Good. The answer is no, she didn't. Good. Now look at this question. What does the following adverb refer to? على ما يعود هذا الظرف. Here. To answer this question, we must read the sentence from here. We arrived here in China 6 months ago, and we didn't know anybody at first, but we are slowly getting used to our new life here. Here refers to a place. What is it? Good. China. Now let's test our answer to see if it is right or wrong. We are slowly getting used to our new life in China. Does it make sense? Of course it does. Now, we'll stop for another break and we'll soon be back. Stay with us, don't go away. Dear students, welcome back. Now, we are going to read the third paragraph of the email and answer this question. We are going to read and match the third paragraph of the email with the picture. Again, here are the pictures. Which paragraph best describes the third paragraph of the email? Let's read it together. I guess Palestinian culture is very different from American culture, but I'm sure Chinese culture is even more different. Just think of the Great Wall. Who else has a 4,100 kilometers wall? This country is really something. Now, this is the picture that describes the paragraph we've read. It talks about the Great Wall of China. Now, let's answer this question. How long is the Great Wall of China? What type of questions is that? It is a WH question. It begins with how long. Let's look for the answers together. Who else has a 4,100 kilometers wall? So, the answer is, how long is the Great Wall of China? It is 4,100 kilometers long. Now, we are going to move to the next paragraph. We are going to read and match. Which picture best describes the following paragraph? Let's read it together. Most of the time, I like living here, and I love going to traditional events like Chinese New Year. The fireworks light up the sky. and the parties and dancing in the streets are very noisy and exciting. But sometimes there are bad days, and I really miss seeing everybody. Once or twice, I've really felt like going home. Do you ever get homesick too? Now, dear students, which paragraph best describes the paragraph we have read? Good. This picture, because it talked about the fireworks celebrating the Chinese New Year. Celebrating Chinese New Year by lighting fireworks. Good. Now, we are going to move to another activity. Put true or false. We have 3 sentences. We are going to read them and decide if they are true or false. Let's begin number 1. Lucy likes living in China all the time. True or false? Let's go back to the paragraph and find out. Most of the time, I like living here. Most of the time. So, is this sentence true or false? Of course it is false, because she doesn't like living in China all the time, most of the time. And number 2, Lucy sometimes feels homesick. تشعر أحيانا بالحنين إلى الوطن. True or false? Let's figure out. I really felt like going home. Do you ever get homesick too? So what is the answer? True or false? Great. The answer is true. Sometimes she feels like going home. That means she feels homesick. And the last one. The Chinese New Year is a traditional event. True or false? Let's figure it out. Most of the time I like living here, and I love going to traditional events like Chinese New Year. What is the right answer? True or false? Great. It is true. Celebrating the Chinese New Year, this is a traditional event in China. Okay, now let's read the following paragraph and match it with the right picture. عزيزي الطالب، سنقرأ الفقرة القادمة ونوصلها بالصورة المناسبة. Let's begin. Here are the pictures again. Now let's read the paragraph. We live in Shanghai now. It is a very big city, about 13 million people. And it is getting better all the time. Everybody is busy all the time, and the streets are always crowded. People in shops and restaurants are talking loudly, and they don't smile much, so they often seem to be rude or angry. But it is just the Chinese way. In fact, people here are fine when you get to know them, and I finally managed to make several good friends. Now, dear students, which picture best describes the paragraph we have read? Great. Of course, this picture, because this is a crowded street in China. People are busy all the time. So, this picture represents life in Shanghai. Now, let's answer this WH question. Where does Lucy live now? This is a WH question. It begins with where. Where asks about place. So, let's look for the answers together. We live in Shanghai now. Now, what is the answer? She lives in Shanghai. Good. And next question. This is a yes or no question. Is Shanghai a small city? What do you think? Let's check out. We live in Shanghai now. It is a very big city. About 13 million people live there. So, the answer is, no, it isn't. It is a big, crowded city in China. Good. Now, how many people live there? How many people live in Shanghai? How many? Ask about number. Let's check it out. About 13 million people live in Shanghai. So this is the answer. How many people live there in Shanghai? About 13 million people live there. Great. Now, we are going to read the last paragraph of the email. I'm learning to speak Chinese now, but it is very hard. And I'm also trying to learn to read and write. And that's hard work too. But I don't mind doing it because I'd really like to understand the culture better. We are hoping to get home to Orlando in early July. Will you be back from Palestine by then? I'd really love to see you in summer. Right soon. Love, Lucy. Now, let's answer this question. When will Lucy go back home? Let's go back to the paragraph and find out. We are hoping to get home to Orlando in early July. So the answer is, she will go back home in early July. Next question. Is learning Chinese difficult? Let's look for the answer. I'm learning to speak Chinese now, but it is very hard. And remember, dear student, hard here means difficult. Hard تؤدي نفس معنى difficult. الكلمتان تعنيان صعب. So, is learning Chinese difficult? Of course, yes, it is. Let's look at this question. How did Lucy end her email? كيف أنهت لوسي الرسالة? Let's see. She wrote, "Write soon, love," and then the signature. She ended the email with love. This is one of the ways to end the email, especially between friends. Okay, Lucy ended her email, and this ends our lesson for today. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.